Let me guess what happened. You were doing your thing. Living your life. Maybe a little distracted, maybe a little cold. Not because you're playing games, but just being you. And then, out of nowhere, boom. She starts giving you attention. Acting all interested. Messaging you first. Laughing harder at your jokes than anyone ever has. And for a moment, you think, maybe this could go somewhere. But here's the twist. The second you show her that you're into it, the second you stop being a mystery and actually start caring, she ghosts. Vanishes. Suddenly, she's not that into it anymore. What happened? Let me tell you exactly what happened. She didn't want you. She wanted the version of you that didn't want her. It's not love. It's validation. She wasn't drawn to who you are. She was drawn to the feeling of being wanted by someone who didn't seem to need her. That mystery, that emotional unavailability, it felt like a challenge. And once she won, she lost interest. Because the game was over. Here's the brutal truth. She didn't want connection. She wanted control. You see, there's this thing a lot of people, yes, men and women, do without even realizing it. They crave validation more than connection. They want to feel desired, not because they care about the person desiring them, but because it fills their ego. Their sense of worth. For a moment, anyway. And when you finally give in, when you say, yeah, I'm into you too, the fantasy dies. Because now it's real. And real requires effort. Real requires emotional maturity. Real is messy. And that was never the goal for her. She wanted the attention, not the relationship. And I know what you're thinking. Was it me? Was I too available? Did I scare her off by being honest? No. You didn't do anything wrong. You were just dealing with someone who was never in it for the right reasons. Someone who confuses attention with affection. Someone who mistook your emotional distance for value and your interest as weakness. And this is where a lot of guys screw up. They take it personally. They think, if I was more aloof, if I played more games, maybe she'd still want me. But let me hit you with the truth. If you have to pretend not to care to keep someone's attention, that person's not worth keeping. You want someone who wants you, not your detachment. You want someone who's into the real you, not the emotionally unavailable avatar they built in their head. Look, there's a reason guys who don't care get attention. It's not because women love jerks. It's because confidence is attractive. And emotional independence is magnetic. But that's not the same as playing games. There's a big difference between being confident and being manipulative. And there's a massive difference between being honest and being desperate. The moment you showed interest, you weren't desperate. You were just honest. You were showing up. Present. Real. But she wasn't ready for that. She liked the chase. Not the catch. And you? You deserve better than someone who's only in it until they feel validated. Because here's what most guys forget. You don't win by getting her back. You win by not needing her back. You win when you realize that her losing interest was actually your blessing. Because now you know. Now you've seen behind the curtain. Now you understand that this wasn't about you not being enough, it was about her not being ready for something real. And now you can stop chasing ghosts. Stop romanticizing people who only like the version of you that didn't give a damn. Start focusing on the version of you that actually does give a damn about your peace, your growth, your standards. You know what the real flex is? Not getting her attention. Not winning her back. The real flex is being unbothered. Walking away. Keeping your power. Knowing that someone who truly sees you, truly values you, isn't going to vanish the second you care. Because love doesn't vanish. Respect doesn't vanish. Interest doesn't vanish when things get real, only attraction built on ego does. So next time this happens, and trust me, it will, remember this. The second you feel like you have to stop being authentic just to keep someone around, you've already lost. If they dip the moment you show interest, let them. Let them go chase the next emotional high. Let them run their cycle. That's not your job to fix. You're not a rehab center for broken attention seekers. You're a man with standards, with clarity, with vision. And no, that doesn't mean you need to be cold. It means you need to stop investing in people who only love you when you're not available. You can be kind and still walk away. You can care and still say, nah, this ain't it. You're not bitter. You're just done wasting time. Let her go. She wanted you when you didn't want her because it made her feel powerful. But real power? That's you, sitting there, calm, unbothered, not texting her back. Real power is not proving your worth to someone who didn't recognize it the first time. Real power is moving on without turning it into a performance. So stop overthinking it. Stop wondering what you did wrong. Stop crafting messages in your notes app that you'll never send. You're not crazy. You're not too much. You're just finally seeing things clearly. She wasn't your person. She was your reminder. A reminder of what you don't want. You don't want someone who runs the moment you care. You don't want someone who disappears when things stop being mysterious. You want someone who stays when it gets boring. Who leans in when it gets hard. Who's still there when there's nothing left to prove. So the next time she pops up, pretending like nothing happened, remember this. She didn't want you. She wanted the version of you who didn't care. And that version? He's gone. You're not playing games anymore. You're not chasing highs. You're building something real. And if she can't meet you there, she can watch from the sidelines. Thanks for watching. If this hit home, drop a comment below. Tell me your story, vent it out, I read them all. And hey, if you're done chasing validation and ready for realness, subscribe. We've got a lot more truth coming your way.